Hello, my name is Justin Mauldin, and I'm a member of the Carthage Church of Christ, located on Main Street in Carthage, Tennessee. Hope that you're having a fantastic week and a fabulous day. And as we get started with this week, I want to give you a few words of encouragement through a very brief message. In Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30, Jesus gives us a parable, and specifically in those verses, he gives us the parable of the talents. In this parable, Jesus tells of a man who is a master who leaves some talents with three of his servants as he goes away. He leaves 5 talents with his first servant, 2 talents with his second servant, and 1 talent with his third servant. He leaves, and then after a period of time, he returns later. When he returns, his first servant had doubled his talents and had now went from 5 talents to 10 talents. His second servant, who had 2 talents, had also doubled his talents and went from 2 talents to 4 talents. But the third servant, who is described as slothful, buries his talent, and instead of using his abilities and any opportunities, nothing else is reaped from it. So when the master returns, the third servant still only has 1 talent. That third servant is punished for his lack of dedication, for his lack of taking the time to use his abilities to do anything. Sometimes when we look at that parable, I think we get the wrong idea about it. This past week, Brother Anderson, in one of his lessons, specifically mentioned the 1 talent man and kind of our thoughts that he only had 1 talent, so that's why he was punished. And that's not what the parable is saying. As Jesus is giving this parable, the focus that he wants us to know of is that he wants us to be faithful in the opportunities for the service that the Lord has given us. We're all different, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't all have the same abilities. We don't all have the same opportunities, and Jesus knows and he recognizes that. But we have to be diligent in seeking out those opportunities. We have to be diligent in using our abilities to glorify and to serve the Lord. Whatever we have, whatever opportunities we've been blessed with, we need to be focusing on serving God. We need to be focusing on seeking out those opportunities to use our abilities wisely. When we turn over and we look in Romans chapter 12, verses 3 through 8, there Paul, in writing his letter to the Romans, specifically makes mention of the fact that we're not all the same, that we are different in what we're able to do. There in Romans chapter 12, in verse 4, it says, "For as in one body we have many members, and the members do not all have the same function. So we, though many, are one body in Christ, and individually members of one another. Having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, let us use them. If prophecy, in proportion to our faith. If service, in our serving. The one who teaches, in his teaching. The one who exhorts, in his exhortation. The one who contributes in generosity, and the one who leads with zeal. The one who does acts of mercy with cheerfulness." You see here, Paul is telling us we're different, and that's okay. Not everyone has the same abilities as somebody else. Not everybody has the amount of abilities as somebody else. But that's not an excuse for us not to use our abilities. Jesus is clear in his teaching that we have to use whatever abilities we've been given. So today, I want you to think to yourself, am I doing everything that I can to serve and to glorify God? Though I may not have the same abilities as those around me, I have abilities that I can use. When we think of our congregation and other congregations in the church as a whole, if every single person did the exact same thing, the church would not function appropriately. Paul makes clear that in his teaching in Romans. We all have different abilities, and we all have to use them to the best of our ability so that we can glorify God. Are you glorifying God? Are you doing everything that you can to serve him? Are you using the abilities that you have been granted and blessed with from the Lord? If you have any questions or any needs, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at the Carthage Church of Christ. We would love to assist you in any way. We would love to study with you and do anything that we can for you. Thank you, and have a blessed day.